2020 and COVID was a crazy time. And we asked a simple question. What if the first call wasn't to the police? And not 911 was our answer. And before anything else, this is not a anti-police idea at all. It was a response to a moment that the world needed. So when the world was asking for alternatives, we said, hey, what does it actually mean to build tech for good? What does it look to give people back power through technology? And 911 was built during a time of that public unrest. There was a lot of community pain, even, and rest in peace to all of the people that we lost during that time. But there was a lot of national conversations about safety and accountability during these times. And as an organization, we felt the need to respond. Shout out to Alex Chin, our founder. People that were closest to the problem are closer to the solution, but further from the resources. So she said, hey, I have resources. We have the genius of lived experience here. What can we build? And then came the think tank. And then came the branding session. And I got to shout out Ross and Thomas, the two lead engineers that built this app, and everyone else that contributed, even myself. I was the product manager on it. I got my certificate, right? It was good though. But often we didn't want to come through with like some savior complex. We really wanted to help, especially for our marginalized community. So just to restate, this was never about demonizing police. Shout out to all of the family members that I have that protect and serve and keep us safe every single day, humans on the front line. But how do we actually give them back some capacity and deploy resources and opportunities for people to connect with what they need, and not eliminating law enforcement? Please don't, because police have a role, but there are real threats that require a real response. And the issue was, we were just using one tool. Historically, we just use one tool. We just call the police for everything for far too many situations. As an org, again, we just wanted to reimagine that. What does it really look like to build something to say, hey, we're standing up on the front line in collaboration with everyone to say, how do we keep our cities safer? And we welcome healthy dialogue around it. We did go viral in 2020 when we did launch this app, but man, we've learned so much just even as a culture, as an org, and I think as human beings across the world. But the default has always been to rely on law enforcement. And what about the times where people need support in mental health? There was a time where my therapist called the police on me for misinterpreting what I was saying to him. We weren't even culturally aligned. Red flag, I guess, right? And I can say this because in my notes, there was no suicidal ideology or anything that I said. He misinterpreted because I didn't answer his text message in a timely manner. He called the police on me, and the police were not friendly that this guy may be having a mental health episode. They threatened me through the phone, and I had to lean on my police contacts and resources to feel and be safe. But even then, you still have to go to the mental health hospital. You have to go through these policies and procedures when someone wants you committed. Horrible experience. People laughed at me and made fun of me and said, oh, you should just talk to a friend. You don't need a therapist. I go to therapy to continue my healing journey. So that didn't feel good. This is my experience. This is not everyone's experience, but on both sides, one side I saw an abuse of authority and power, and on the other side, I saw care and response. And that's what I'd like to believe the collaboration really looks like. So not 911 was not an attempt to reroute people from calling law enforcement, but it was to route people to get the right help before things become too dangerous. Because Tech for Good is not just a slogan, it's an infrastructure. It's a system that needs to be built that gives people back their power through technology. And yeah, I'm proud of it. Not 911.